Okay. So good morning, all of you. In last lecture, we have discussed or studied it, how to convert normal and shear stresses into principal stresses. Okay. So today we will see last point in this unit number 2, and this last point is stress trajectories. Okay. So you observe this figure. This second figure shows simply supported beam, and this first one figure shows cantilever beam. Okay. So now exactly what indicates this figure. Okay. So our next point is stress trajectories. Okay. So here trajectories are shown in this figure. Okay. And sigma and tau are dependent on x and y, and that's why sigma and tau value change at the time stress also change from the location to location. Okay, so here we observe these trajectories. Okay, this trajectory means tau, and tau means shear stress and sigma means normal stress, and this normal stress and shear stress will change at point to point or at location to location. And from this figure we have to observe that stress trajectory. Okay, so first you write down theory, then I will explain what is exact stress trajectories. So please write down first point. A line in a stressed body, a line in a stressed body, a line in a stressed body tangent to the direction of, tangent to the direction of, tangent to the direction of one of the principal stresses, one of the principal stresses, one of the principal stresses at every point, at every point, at every point, through which it passes, through which it passes, which it passes. Full stop. Then please write down second point. Bending stresses contribute, bending stresses contribute, bending stresses contribute to normal stresses, bending stresses, bending stresses contribute to normal stresses and shear stresses, and shear stresses, and shear stresses, and shear stresses are due to shear force. Shear stresses are due to shear force. Full stop. Full stop. While calculating principal stresses, while calculating principal stresses, while calculating principal stresses in beam, in beam, in beam, bending stresses are, bending stresses are, bending stresses are, bending stresses are maximum at, maximum at, maximum at extreme fibers, maximum at extreme fibers, maximum at extreme fibers, maximum at extreme fibers. Bending stresses are maximum at extreme fibers. Bending stresses are maximum at extreme fibers and are zero at neutral axis. Are zero at neutral axis. Are zero at neutral axis. Zero at neutral axis. Full stop. Then write down third point. Shear stresses are maximum at shear stresses are maximum at neutral axis. Shear stresses are maximum at neutral axis, maximum at neutral axis, maximum at neutral axis, and zero at extreme fiber. Zero at extreme fiber. Full stop. Then write down next point. By investigating stresses at many cross section of beams, we can determine how principal stresses vary throughout the beam. How principal stresses vary throughout the beam. How principal stresses vary throughout the beam. Then we can construct to system of orthogonal curves called stress trajectories. Full stop. Next point. The solid lines are tensile. And dotted lines are compressive principle. To stop. The curves of tensile principle and compressive principle stresses. The curves of tensile principle and compressive principle stresses intersects at 90 degree, intersects at 90 degree, intersects at 90 degree, and every trajectory crosses, every trajectory crosses, every trajectory crosses the longitudinal axis, the longitudinal axis, the longitudinal axis at 45 degree, at 45 degree, at 45 degree. Full stop. Last point. At the top and bottom, at the top and bottom, at the top and bottom surface of beam, at the top and bottom surface of beam, where shear stresses are zero, where shear stresses are zero, where shear stresses are zero, the trajectories are, trajectories are either horizontal or vertical. Trajectories are either horizontal or vertical. Either horizontal or vertical. Full stop. Note that stress trajectory gives the direction of principal stresses. Direction of principal stresses. Direction of principal stresses, but no information about magnitude of magnitude of the stresses. Magnitude of the stresses. Magnitude of stresses. Over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if your writing is over, shall I explain this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here two figures are given. In that, first one figure indicates this beam is cantilever beam. Okay. In that, first one figure shows this is cantilever beam. This is cantilever beam, and this figure shows simply supported beam. Okay, this figure shows simply supported beam. Now we will see what is meant by stress trajectories. Okay, what is meant by stress trajectories. Okay, so here cross section of beam is given. Okay, in that a stressed line is given. Okay, at every direction. At every direction or at every point how normal and shear stresses vary. That's it, we have to see. Okay. So bending stresses, in that bending stresses contributes to normal stresses. Okay. So whatever bending stresses we will consider, it is act as a normal stresses, and shear stresses are due to shear force. That means in this particular beam, shear stress will generate due to shear forces, and bending stresses is generated due to normal stresses. Okay. So when we will calculate principal stresses in beam, okay, at that time already we have discussed, this is our cross section of beam. Okay, this is our neutral axis, and this is stress distribution diagram. So from that, this diagram shows bending stress diagram. Okay, this diagram is for bending stress, and this diagram for shear stress. Okay, and this is cross section of beam. So you observe here, this is neutral axis. Okay, so at neutral axis, normal stress or bending stress is 0, and at extreme fiber, bending stress is maximum. Okay, so whenever we are calculating principal stresses, at that time bending stresses are maximum at extreme fiber and 0 at neutral axis. Meanwhile, shear stresses are 0 at extreme fiber and maximum at neutral axis. Maximum at neutral axis. Clear that? हे लक्षात आले का तुमच्या? Whenever we are calculating principal stresses, at that time you observe here bending stresses are maximum at extreme fiber and 0 at neutral axis. Okay, whereas shear stresses are 0 at extreme fiber and maximum at neutral axis. Okay, this is next. After that, whenever we are calculating or whenever we are drawing these stress trajectories, here we will draw curves. Whenever we will draw these curves, at that time you observe here these curves are drawn at orthogonal. Okay, orthogonal. Also, in that, this solid curve shows tensile stresses, and this dotted curve shows compressive principal stresses. This dotted curve shows compressive principal stresses, and this solid curve shows tensile principal stresses. Okay. After that, you observe here these tensile and compressive stresses are crosses each other to 90 degree. Okay, crosses each other to 90 degree. So this solid curve and this dotted curve crosses each other to 90 degree. After that, next is these curves are with longitudinal axis in 45 degree here. Okay, you observe here this dotted as well as this solid curve creates 45 degree angle with respect to longitudinal axis. Okay, so from this figure you observe this solid line indicates tensile principal stresses and this dotted line indicates compressive principal stresses. Okay, both curves are intersect each other at 90 degree. Intersect each other at 90 degree. Also, these curves are creates 45 degree angle with respect to longitudinal axis. Okay, with respect to longitudinal axis. This is second last point. And last point is at the top and bottom surface of beam where shear stresses are 0. Okay, see here from this figure. Shear stresses are 0 at extreme fiber. Okay, shear stresses are 0 at extreme fiber. So at the top and bottom surface of beam where shear stresses are 0, the trajectories are either horizontal or vertical. That means you observe here. So at the top and bottom surface, बघा बीमच्या टॉप आणि बॉटम सरफेसला shear stresses किती आहेत तुमचे 0 आहेत. तर जिथे शिअर स्ट्रेस 0 असेल त्या पॉइंटला स्ट्रेस ट्रेजेक्टरी एकतर तुमची व्हर्टिकल हॉरिझॉन्टल असेल किंवा एकतर तुमची काय असणार आहे व्हर्टिकल असणार. ओके. And last point is note that stress trajectories, that means this curve gives only information about magnitude. Okay. This this stress trajectory gives information about direction. म्हणजे ह्या ज्या काही ट्रॅजेक्टरीज आहेत त्या ट्रॅजेक्टरीज काय शो करतात तर फक्त डायरेक्शन शो करतात, ते मॅग्निट्यूड कुठलीही व्हॅल्यू देत नाही. So once again I will repeat from starting. In this particular case, here you observe this is cantilever beam and this is simply supported beam. Okay. So what is mean by stress trajectories? In this particular case, here two lines or two curves are drawn. So from that, this solid curve indicates tensile principal stresses and this dotted curve indicates compressive principal stresses. Okay. So in this throughout beam, two types of stresses will be generated: bending stresses and shear stresses. So these bending stresses will generate due to normal forces, and these shear stresses will be generated due to shear stresses. Okay. Whenever you are calculating stresses, at that time you observe here bending stresses are maximum at extreme fiber and zero at neutral axis, whereas shear stresses are zero at extreme fiber and maximum at neutral axis. Okay. Also you observe here these solid lines and dotted lines, that is tensile principal stresses and compressive principal stresses are intersect each other at 90 degree. Okay, at 90 degree. At the same time, it creates 45-degree angle with longitudinal axis. Okay. After that, next point is wherever shear stress is zero. Wherever shear stress is zero. So shear stress is zero at top and bottom surfaces of beam. At that point, stress trajectories are horizontal or vertical. And last point, that is stress trajectories shows a direction. Stress trajectories shows direction. It does not give magnitude. So this is our last point of unit number 2. Now our unit number 2 is over. Okay. So we will revise within 5 minutes and then continue third unit. Okay. Now we will see which points we have studied it from starting. Okay. So first point. So we have studied it. First point is converting principal stresses into normal and shear stresses. Converting principal stresses, converting principal stresses into normal and shear stresses. So in that, which formulas we have used? Anyone have remember?
Yes, ma'am. Sigma n, sigma t, and tan phi.
Okay, we will write here which formulas we have studied it. So first we will write down here what is given and what we have to find out. So sigma 1 is given, sigma 2 is given, also
Theta is given.
theta is given. From that we have to find out normal stress and
Sigma t.
sigma t or tau.
Tau.
So sigma 1 and sigma 2 and theta is given, and from that we have to find out normal stress and shear stress. Okay. So for finding out this, we have used this equation sigma n, which is equal to sigma 1
plus sigma 2 by 2 plus sigma 1 minus sigma 2 upon 2 cos 2 theta.
upon 2 cos 2 theta. Okay, this equation is used for finding out normal stress. Now we will see which equation is used for finding out shear stress. So sigma T, which is equal to
sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 sine 2 theta.
sigma 1 minus sigma 2 into sine 2 theta. So by using these two equations, we have converted principal stresses to normal stresses. Okay. And here theta is given with respect to which axis? Theta is with respect to vertical axis. Theta is with respect to vertical axis. So this is our first point. After that, second point we have studied it. Second point is converting normal stress, normal and shear stresses, normal and shear stresses, converting normal and shear stresses to principal stresses, to principal stresses. Okay. So for this particular condition, which parameters are given and which equations we have used? Anyone have remembered?
Yes, ma'am. Sigma x, sigma y, and tau is given.
Okay, wait. So for this particular condition, sigma x is given. Okay, this is first. Then second,
Sigma y,
sigma y is given, and third one is tau. That
tau.
is normal or bending stress along x-axis, bending stress along y-axis, and shear stress is given. From that, we have to find out
Sigma 1, sigma 2.
sigma 1, sigma 2, and tan phi. That is location. Okay. So sigma 1 means major principal stress. Sigma 2 is minor principal stress. Okay. Minor principal stress and location of that two stresses. Okay, location. So for that particular condition, which equations we have used?
Sigma 1, sigma 2, tan 2 theta, and tau maximum.
Yes, sigma 1, which is equal to sigma x plus sigma y
Sigma
by
y divided by 2 plus under square root sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 square
square plus tau square. Okay, this equation we have used for finding out sigma 1. After that, for finding out sigma 2. So sigma 2, which is equal to same equation, sigma x plus sigma y by 2 minus square root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. And after that, last, for finding out location, tan 2 theta